Chen. Oh, God.
Yeah,
Chen.
this is already a snoozer. Just kidding. Look,
Are you not entertained?
NIP's lineup. Let's get really into this real fast. This has all the makings of an excellent first 3 picks, especially for a team that's first pick. Why is that? Well, you've got Void. Very simple to understand carry. You can combo it with the real sources of damage. Your support duo can function independently. They can roam in different areas of the map. When they're together, they're incredibly powerful. And Chen provides map mobility, which is one of the weaknesses of heroes like Void. Suddenly, he can keep farming, high survivability, but in the event you wanted to fight away from him, Chen just TPs him down. Boom, you've got a 5-on-5 engagement. You're blowing those big cooldowns for an objective. Yeah, you now have a Naga to counter, but there's still the 2 remaining heroes that are going to have the illusion clear, the tower pressure, all the fixings to match these 3 selections to ensure a well-balanced
Ninja sandwich.
thought-out lineup. Yeah, sure. Ninja sandwich. Thanks, LD. Thanks.
Well
That's
balanced,
exactly what I was going for.
You got to have the right amount of mayonnaise and mustard and turkey and ham and cheese.
The right amount of mayonnaise is no mayonnaise.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No,
mayonnaise is delicious. I don't know
Mayonnaise goes
what
on
you're
a
talking
sandwich.
about.
Aioli is okay. All right.
Aioli is just a pretentious way of saying mayonnaise.
No, it's not. LD, I'll let you get away with a lot.
Oh, man.
But you better stop that shit right now.
You spent too much time overseas, Kyle. You think you're sophisticated.
I don't think that at all.
You've lost your Kona American ways of eating mayonnaise.
Mayonnaise, hot dogs, and hamburgers.
I like mustard, guys. Mustard is the truth.
What's your favorite kind of mustard?
It depends on my mood.
I'm a spicy brown.
I am into the spicy brown. I like this.
Can't go wrong.
The honey habanero type mixes.
What the fuck is that?
That's a hot sauce, but more of like
that's not even a mustard.
Sharp honey.
Sharp honey?
Yeah.
What's the difference between sharp honey and normal honey?
I don't know, man. I was going to say something really dumb, but then you played the music and
You guys have gotten a lot better with the sound effects on day 4 of whatever casting these qualifiers.
yeah.
We'll just pretend you never said sharp honey. You like honey mustard.
I like sharp honey mustard, but as I said, it's hard to explain. There's just
LD, you wouldn't get it unless you tried it.
It's true.
I don't get a lot of things with Kyle. Even if I do try them, I don't think I'd understand
I
them.
think you get more than you realize. You're just hamming it up for the show. LD is actually, after the broadcast, usually just saying, man, you were so right about that. And in fact, just
yeah. This is like what he dreams about at night. It's like, Kyle, you were right about everything. I should have trusted you from the beginning. You're so smart. You're so wise.
We turn off the microphone.
Professional.
We all start cheering. Kyle was right. Kyle was right. Kyle was right. And then we hoist him up. You know, we're
hey, that's how it is. I appreciate it. I didn't want to tell
that
the
is
whole
how it
story.
is in your fantasies, not in real life.
No, I'm pretty sure it's real life.
Oh.
Who are you to tell me different? How do I know that any of you are even here? We could be living in our own version of an alternate universe where we're the only...
We're living in a simulation. How do you know any of this is real?
Hey, there is a theory. I'm not going to name names, but certain Dota personalities subscribe to. The idea being that at every point... Don't do it, LD. I see you with the finger on the button. Any point that you were going... At any point that you were going to die,
You
right?
should have done that one for when he was talking about the birds of prey. Wouldn't it be cool to fly?
So at every point you were going to die, right? There's actually a branch off into an alternative timeline where you're still alive. The idea being that you're never actually going to die in your own perception. Can you stop? I can't explain this properly.
Dude, you know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the BTS skit, the Grant facts. Except for that's the character that Grant plays.
And this is real Kyle. This is real sober Kyle. I know a lot of you have been saying he's drinking, he's high. No, he's not.
It's 5 a.m.
There's no excuses.
It's high on life, baby. Don't
He's
do
high on
drugs.
Kyle.
Stay above the influence.
Okay, so Ninjas in Pyjamas' reaction to the Nagasarn is my preferred way of going for just lots of magic damage, lots of bursts where you have this. Sand King is like, I think, one of the best examples of this, where he literally charges up his magic damage, blinks in, stuns, and throws it all at once. And I think that's kind of what you want for this Naga Siren. You've even got the backup now of being able to throw. And you needed more damage than just Sand King can give you against Naga Siren. So now they've got the Sunstrike as well to follow up on that, which I think can be nice. Or it's going to be a Quas Wex Invoker, in which case it's just a high-tempo, fast-paced hero. That also works.
I really like. I don't think they addressed the Naga properly. And now that this Huskar last pick has come out, I don't know, man.
You're like an Ascomanni.
I'm liking the draft, at least. The cosmetic game is also on fleek. These guys have come prepared. Their stylists have been putting in the extra hours, and it really shows.
Put as much time into their practice.
Yeah. Unrelated, I started following this stylist on Instagram because I think that she's just excellent. And I realized that effectively everyone you see make a media appearance anywhere has had their outfit curated for them. And I don't think that that's fair.
Would you say
I have
it's
to
fake?
pick my wardrobe myself.
Yeah.
It's not fake.
Honestly,
but
LD, I wanted to talk to you guys about this. I see Kyle here on a lot of summits and stuff. You guys got to hire a stylist just for him at this point.
what? What's wrong with what I'm wearing?
We believe everyone should be their authentic, true self.
I wasn't saying I have a problem.
Not
Please. I know at this point
Teach me how to dress.
it's actually easier than I think a lot of people realize. It's more about how your clothes fit than anything else. You don't need to spend too much money. Just get simple stuff. You know, a nice pair of jeans, any kind of t-shirt or dress shirt, as long as it fits well, you're going to be good to go.
Maybe not any kind, but
Well,
the fit is important. I will grant you that.
No, Kyle, honestly, I do appreciate that you have your own style.
Like this very much.
What did I do? That's news to me.
I mean,
what is the
I
Kyle? What's
I have no
Kyle's style?
doubt. I have no
Kyle's
doubt that it's
style.
a style you've appropriated from somewhere on the internet. But
Whoa.
you do have
A style.
things that you like. I can
Okay.
appreciate that.
All right, cool, Cap. I appreciate you appreciating me, babe.
Do you think you should have a Quaswex Invoker or an Exort Invoker in this game? Because obviously you have a lot of synergy with Exort Invoker, but you also want the fast pace that a Quaswex Invoker gives you, especially with Spirit Vessel against Huskar.
I don't know. I think you want to be Exort, because the Forge Spirit's also a huge source of damage.
Yeah.
You're still going to have Cold Snap. I think Cold Snap with the talent is the must-have spell, and I'd love to see him just have double Forge as well.
Yeah. I think it was like almost 100% Exort before the Huskar pick. And maybe purely because of the Huskar, you might go Quaswex. Because, again, you need that fast Spirit Vessel. Sand King likes to be able to get, like, Veil Discord, Duels, Blink.
Yep.
So you don't have an offlaner that really wants to go it.
Yep, and you're right. He starts Cold Snap. That means it's almost certainly going to be that Quaswex. And I think a big part of it is, to your point, the Vessel. I agree. I'd love to see him just go for like a phase Vessel into Midas, though. I really hate when Invokers skip Midas, no matter what they build.
Yeah. No, I do. I also hate that as well. When they go like the Spirit Vessel and then they try and go straight to Aghanims or something like that. Like, you just don't have the levels to support that unless you're dominating the game anyway.
And I also, like, what's the point? Like, if you're going to just go Ags after, why not just get the Midas into the Ags? It'll slow it down by maybe 2 minutes, but now you're guaranteed to go, well,
taking
mid-lane.
some heavy damage
got Fairy
here.
Fire.
This may be the
He might turn this around.
first blood.
Why isn't he attacking? He'd be killing him here.
Gunnar getting some heavy damage in. So what is it going to be?
I think maybe he would
is
kill him, but I
Quaswex.
think Gunnar would beat him first.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And then you'd give up the experience, and that's obviously real bad.
Oh, he's going to commit for this. Doesn't have the mana for the tornado, though. Not just yet.
This is where Huskar starts to crush the lane, though, in theory.
Yeah, is there anything a Quaswex Invoker can do to win this matchup?
I mean, you can win
Just-
the first couple waves, but like Huskar just trades and now has this massive attack speed advantage. It's very tough to do anything against him.
I like what Ascomanni's doing with their lanes. Naga Siren is one of the best heroes to stand alone against an offlaner. She's so hard to pressure.
Yeah.
Dual lanes are very ineffective against them, so Nip, don't even try. But your aggro tri-lane is going to put a lot of pressure on this Void, while Naga Siren can win the matchup against Sand King. Like, there are just a couple of cores that can do that. There's, like, Lifestealers, Naga Siren. These heroes are just, like, generally pretty high armor, tanky, and have a way to be able to tank creeps for free. So you just pull creep waves away from the Sandstorm, and you just keep farming.
Is there ever a game you think it's appropriate to not go the Sandstorm build, like when you're against a Naga solo? Like, what if he went stun with 2 points caustic?
I think you always go Sandstorm.
Really?
Like, every single time I've not gone Sandstorm, I end up regretting it in the mid-game, because it's a lot of your damage in team fights, and it's also how you farm really well. So, like, even if it maybe, like, it would put a little bit more pressure on Naga Siren, it's not going to recover.
Big commitment here on Hestajoran, but it is backfiring now with the Stretch Armstrong Shackles coming in. They'll get the kill.
Oh my god.
They thought they could take him with the tag team, and they were wrong.
Uh-oh.
They might get Noi, though. Let's see. Can he make it out? One more auto attack. There is
got a stick.
Time walk. Cool.
Got a fairy fire.
And he's going to commit.
He didn't use it.
Gets the kill.
Dude, Hesta Joe had Berserker's Call. I would have sat on top of my Shadow Shaman and just gone for the Q, you know, before.
On the Void.
Yeah, to see, like, as he time walks in, if you could save him. Maybe it's not worth it, though, because then you wouldn't have a support for, like, 45 seconds. Here, he dies. He comes back, full HP, full mana.
So 1-for-1 overall. And our top lane, both heroes leading the way in terms of CS. Mid, so far, pretty even. Huskar not really pulling ahead, though. Gunnar has had to continue ferrying regen to stay in the lane.
It's all the same to me.
I always struggle with the judgment of Sanking and, like, when do I stop trying to pressure the hero I'm matched up against, and when do I just, like, start backlaning and cutting creeps into neutral camps to get, like, the farm plus.
Yep.
You know, you're getting full farm plus off of neutrals. Universe is focusing a lot more on trying to keep the Naga Siren down by going for denies when she's trying to last hit under tower and stuff.
I like it because you get farm plus, but so would the Naga mid lane. Gunner's getting gone on.
And they are just not respecting this axe.
Gunner's
and
dead.
Gunner will get roasted by the spears. Ascomanni winning the lanes here now.
Yeah.
I mean, they keep on, like, he tag teams, he runs in, he tries to hit the axe, and then axe just gets the frost shield, calls him, and you're dead.
Yeah, and to your point, Cap, I think it's better to just not get farm plus and thus not trade it to the Naga. If you just sort of stay even, you're in an ideal spot. Because Naga's timing is everything. I've seen Ace win many games. Back when he actually played for NIP, this was one of Peter's favorite ways of winning games of Dota, was on the back of these big illusion cores or minion makers like Arc Warden, Naga, PL. It's all Ace's style. Lycan's passable as well.
The 2-for-1. Ace doesn't want to run away from the creep wave, so he sends an illusion to deny one of the bounty runes. Mid lane, they're going to go for the kill on Baby Knight. And we'll be able to easily get a good rotation by Biver.
Oh, boy.
They know that Huskar at level 6 wants to start getting aggressive, so take advantage of that timing.
Gunner going to salve up here. Also getting close to his own level 6. Give the lane to the Shaman for the moment, which is going to free up Skeeter a bit in the bottom lane. As PPD tries to dance around with this dual lane for the moment.
Yeah, the problem with Invoker is just you're a very low damage hero, and in a spot like this.
Oh man, this axe Slich combo. So much damage. PPD, you gotta heal that back. And they're actually gonna make the rotation with the Tuss and the tag team. They get the kill. Crucial one. Slowing this axe down. It's been off to a hot start. But Naga is starting to pull away a little bit now, up to 41 CS. You mentioned the timings on Ace, and it's looking to be a fast one at this rate.
Dire's top tower is
I imagine that Gunner is... Quaswex Invoker typically rotates pretty early.
Yep.
So that'll be his first target, I think, is that Naga Siren lane, right?
The
I think maybe it's more important to shut down the Naga than it is to help your tri-lane.
I'm not sure. The problem is they're really low damage everywhere. Like, an Invoker rotating bot might find one kill, but I don't think you're going to get any more than that unless you have all 3 heroes in your tri-lane already there.
Yeah.
It's just... I always feel weird about the Quaswex Invoker. With Exort, you always have the farming speed, the personal pushing power to make an impact, Quaswex, you're reliant on teammates and combative lanes to get anything really going. Because sitting mid against Huskar, like, this is not favorable for Gunnar. He's barely CSing here.
Axe in trouble now. Snowball coming through. Chen with the follow-up. Void getting in there, but the call could turn this around. Noya going to hold one in position. Is there a rotation? They're just trying to bring Hestajoran back to the safety of the tower, and he will make it successfully. Ace did have to shrine up here top, and Universe doing a good job at chipping away at this tower. It's now down to about 2/3 HP. So NIP unable to find that kill.
Yeah, and I like what Uni's done. He's taking this hard camp away from the Naga, so trying to do his best to get farm plus, and ensuring Naga is stuck just CSing under tower.
Skeeter, really nice chain stun here bottom. Can they get the kill with the Hex? The call, still not enough. Gonna chase him out though, goes for the TP, and he is out of there.
Same with mid lane. Huskar dead. Really nice movement there, Biver. He's got the level 2 in tag team. Biver coming through big. One of my favorite players. He has an excellent attitude. One of the guys that actually tried out for us way back before TI5. It's taken him a long time to get noticed, but the kid works incredibly hard. He did back at the time as well, but he just didn't have as much experience. Nowadays, he is definitely an up-and-comer. Not quite the S tier that you'd hope for of a TI hopeful, but he's got potential. Kid's got moxie, spunk.
Beautiful.
Moxie.
That's it.
Dire's top tower
Moxie.
is under attack.
I don't know what that means.
It means spunk.
Combo kill on Hestajoe. No, I mean like, I don't mean definition-wise. I mean, what the hell does that mean in Dota terms?
Oh,
This is a kid who's got moxie. He wants to win a TI.
Force of
Don't they all?
character, determination, or nerve. I would say determination and nerve, a.k.a. the ability to stay calm under pressure in high-stress situations, would be of incredible value to a potential Dota 2 champion capitalist. Do you disagree?
So who doesn't have that?
Well,
Yeah.
stop.
Who's not determined to win?
No, it's not about being determined. It's about having the
Dire's
nerve.
top tower
There are players that it's sort of like the further they get in the in a tournament, the worse they perform. You know, those qualifier finals, those
The
those
choke
LAN.
artists of the world.
Radiant's
Not
middle
choke
tower
artists.
is under
It's
attack.
normal to choke. It's actually your fight or flight reflex being triggered, and it creates a sort of confused panic. However, that is the natural response. It's however that certain people can suppress that and stay cool and calm and collected under those external forces.
Well-gotten gains.
It's sort of like Anakin.
No.
He was too weak to resist the influence of the
He's
dark
a
side,
Star
but by the
Wars
end of his life, he had recognized the error of his ways, and he approached his life with a new direction.
A
for the
lesson
final
that
3-4 minutes.
hopefully you'll live long enough to see yourself learn, Kyle.
What?
You'll realize the error of your ways.
I don't think I've done
Your
too many
pride,
things wrong.
your arrogance, your endless blithering and blathering and prating on.
I think you're just saying synonyms now. It doesn't work like that.
Well, we just got done saying synonyms.
It's well,
It's 7-3 right now, 11 minutes in with a 4,000 net worth lead for Ninjas in Pyjamas. Despite an initial rough start for their aggro tri-lane, they've actually brought it back for the Faceless Void. And the Huskar has been shut down the mid lane, which is probably the best hero to shut down early. He's going to be the one who's trying to create all the space for the Void, allowing him, or the Nagasarn allowing them to play a lot of 4v5 while she split pushes away.
Meanwhile, Universe has already picked up his Blink Dagger. Is he going to make a move here? Lurking in the trees. No, just going to defend the tower. Play this mirroring game with the Naga Siren of Ace. He's going to retreat to the jungle. The pressure comes on the top side of the map, where Gunner's been caught out and trapped by Hestajoe Rotten and runs out of the mana. Can't get the dunk. Then Gunner with the Ghost Walk away. Very well played, rebuffing the assault.
Sneaky little play. Has to Joe just cut through the trees to be able to catch Gunner unawares.
Yep.
Dude, Sand King is so good at defending towers.
Yeah, he is.
He used to be like Centaur and Tidehunter, but now I think Sand King is actually the king of that. Yeah.
It's just so mobile, especially if you get a Blink Dagger up. And if you don't see the Sand King, he could be waiting in trees ready to epi.
Yeah.
And if you do see him, you could dive, but it's 95 DPS. So the creep wave is going to die as you attempt to take out this offlaner.
Powerful Scorpion.
Oh, he's going for the epicenter. He's actually going to try and kill Ace by himself. There's no way that was ever going to be enough magic damage. That was weird.
Meanwhile, the wards have been dropped at the tower. He's not killing off these creeps.
Yeah, the
looks like
choice
they're
of
gonna
doing
use
that
the tier
play,
one.
right? If he had the Sandstorm in front of the creep wave would have died very quickly, and the Serpent wards would start being targeted by the tower.
Must have been expecting backup, but they're not interested in defending.
I don't know, man. Never mind. I'm not gonna.
No, go there.
That was a questionable play, and I feel like I've seen Universe make some questionable judgments over the last year and a half. I'm not saying that he's like washed up or anything, but he's definitely not in my like S tier offlane players right now.
Not dialed in, but that's a great stun. Catches out two in the middle lane. Looking to prove us wrong. They will get easy kills right into a tower push.
And the
And a
Huskar
+1.
is...
He's going to try to fight this one out, but there's just no chance. Way too squishy. It's looking very painful right now for Ascomanni, and with the Naga, you're not interested in taking these fights early.
Oh, I wish Ace had cut the next creep wave with those illusions instead of trying to do damage.
They're going to lose one tower.
Yeah, the big advantage for NIP, look at the supports in net worth. 2,700 combined on the two Dire supports, both of NIPs above that in net worth. And this is the benefit of having the Chen. You have a mech on PPD at 14 minutes. Biver's going Dagon. He's already got a Bracer Oof picked up. Like, the impact from these heroes so much greater. You can see how simple it is to take out the Rasta Lich. They just have to find them. And heroes like Sand King, Tusk, and Witch Invoker, excellent at deciphering their hideouts, picking them off at the onset.
Wait, Biver had a Dagon queued up?
Yeah. Now it's a medallion. Boring.
I like the Dagon pickup.
I think you have enough burst damage with Walrus Punch that a medallion basically is a Dagon.
Well, Master Risk. Gonna take that uppercut to the face. Out for the count. Bounties are spawning here. Let's see, do they try to contest bottom? They'll let them go, so looks like it should end up being a 2-for-2, but NIP, they've got bigger objectives in mind. They're going to be heading towards this tier 2 top. Spirit Vessel coming soon on your Invoker. They are just grouping up for the early death ball. Keeping these lanes pushed in with the Sand King, stalling where they can, and taking objectives with the rest of the gang.
Another axe that didn't go the phase into like double bracer or single bracer into blink. So he's like really squishy. So even when he does pick up this blink dagger, he is going to be very susceptible to just trading himself out.
Yeah.
Epicenter getting revved up this time. Going to catch out two, easily deleting the Lich, then rolling forward onto Baby Knight with the shards there. He tries to turn, tries to fight, but Cold Snap prevents it. He'll dunk away, EMP, very low. One more Burrow Strike, and the punch. See you later, bud.
And I love when you have these heroes like Chen, Void, Sand King. Why do they work? Why did EG all the way back in TF5? Peter teams have always utilized these sorts of combos. It's because you've got easy catch and then that huge teamfight ultimate sort of in the bag, you know, in the purse for later. So that you can chase aggressively, find pickoffs, and if you really try and fight us and not just ditch these guys, leave them behind, there's a Chronosphere on 3 to clean up. It's just really easy to combine these two different concepts. Nice axe taunt.
Big call here. Will it be enough to get the Gunner kill? The double heal coming through, and Chain Frost
save.
Snowball. So many saves. They do roll in quite deep. Now got to get back. Gunner getting dunked, getting slowed, pushed back even further by the Huskar, bouncing him around, and they will find the kill. Had to really work for it, though.
Understandable why they thought they can kind of pressure high ground, but it was a little bit greedy.
Are they going to try to make a go here on Ace? He's hanging around. Universe stunning for him. Biver's in position, has the Walrus Punch, is going to catch him out, but they don't have the combo. There's the song. Snowball is going to roll in, and, well, then the TP should complete. Tier 1 taking some damage in the middle lane now, and Master Risk is trying to get some vision to start threatening this tower. Is it too early to be trying to go high ground here for an IP?
I don't think so. You got to be real careful. If Ace, like the Dire draft wins this game just because of Naga at a certain point, and the defusal. Excuse me. Wow. The defusal timing is when Ace really gets aggressive and he can start dealing true damage and winning fights. It's the heart where Ascomanni will look to cement their advantage.
I would say with the caveat of that they should take Roshan. Because if they try and go high ground and they lose that fight, then they're going to give Roshan to a Huskar lineup, and that'll really speed up the timing that the Dire side is looking at. Like, they have a pretty good mid-game window where they can be strong. They were just waiting on, like, a couple of stat items for this Huskar. Like, he's trying to get his BKB, and they needed, like, this Blade Mail Blink on Axe. Once they get that, they're going to be able to take a lot of 4 versus 5s because they'll finally have the initiation and the actual threat to bring down cores like this Invoker, like this Void. So they can hit a really good mid-game window. Nip have to make sure they don't give that up. So the best way to do it is just deny Roshan entirely, get it for yourself. That'll make your high ground push safer. If it all goes wrong, then at least you know you're not giving that up.
And look at the itemization. They've got everything they need. Easy farming item on Void into the fighting item Maelstrom BKB. Sanking, Blink Veil Yules, Medallion on the Tusk, a mech on the Chen, Invoker with the Spirit Vessel. All that easy, cheap net worth.
I think Universe should probably deal with the bottom wave right now, and then they can Chen pull him in.
Yep.
This is the OP thing about Chen. No other lineup could really do this. You'd be having to wait for Sanking to pick up his Boots of Travel to put this kind of pressure. But here, Chen gives you a free Uber back.
Diffusal up on the Naga. You got to be really cautious of those illusions now. All the heroes of NIP susceptible to being oomed. Oomed. You need me to explain that one as well, LD? You got that one.
Jeez. So spiteful.
What? Now you're trying to go to the high ground?
I live on the high ground, Kyle. This is my home. Oh, Ace!
Good read.
Look at those reactions. Goes for the TP out. Delay the rest as long as he can.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same, Cav. Don't you think there should be some sort of item, maybe like a trumpet or a flute, sort of like the reverse of how in the first Harry Potter they had to make the dog go to sleep? What if there was something you could do to make it stay awake, or yourself stay awake, like a stimulant of sorts, so that you could actually blink into the song and get a stun off to interrupt the TP?
You want Dota heroes on Adderall.
You know,
You
started that all, Kyle, with, you know, I was going to say the same thing. Yeah, I wasn't going to say that at all, Kyle. I wasn't going to start talking about stimulants and adrenaline packs.
So what were you going to say?
Oh, yeah.
Is that how it sounds?
It's the Space Marine sound.
They know that song's
They
on
start
cooldown.
the- Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah,
going to get the
Stims.
punch here. Can they actually get the kill? Burrow Strike comes through. Veil committed. Ace taking heavy damage and reinforcements arriving. Skeeter's going to try to commit for this. Drops the bubble. And it's big trouble for this Naga. Should be brought down.
What was the point of that? Were you trying to talk about like the importance of having BKB against Naga Siren, or what?
You want a new counter for
No, I'm just thinking like that's the only item to deal with it. That seems a little unfair. Like I think that what if I had cotton stuffed in my ears, you know? Would I really be able to hear the song?
But wouldn't this item only be relevant versus Naga?
No, other heroes have songs.
Yeah, there's Bane.
Like Will
Bane
the Wisp.
also puts
Will
people
the Wisp,
to sleep.
right? What if it's just like a sensory deprivation tank you could enter for 5 seconds, so that so like the coddle Will the Wisp wouldn't affect you because you couldn't see it. Medusa Stone Gaze, same deal. You wouldn't, as long as if you don't have your senses.
That's petrification.
Correct, but if you don't see it, you're fine. Or yeah,
Wouldn't it be like sunglasses for that one?
sure,
Some
but
shades.
okay, fine. Like a festival set, sunglasses and earplugs.
Your road kit.
Yeah. there's enough abilities, I think, to warrant
Wait,
this.
do you
as a
guys think
potential
Sunglasses actually works versus Medusa? Like, if they had that back in the Greek tragedy,
They
do you
wouldn't have,
think
Mirrors-
they
Sunglasses-
wouldn't have been petrified.
Mirrors worked, and then there's another
Well, Mirrors
updated-
worked in Harry Potter. I don't think there's anything about Mirrors working against the Medusa.
No,
What if
'cause-
you have like the reflective sunglasses cap? You know, like the kind where you can't see their eyes.
Hey, I'm pretty sure.
The best of both worlds, and portable too.
I'm
And
pretty
practical
sure-
as well.
Yeah, Perseus killed Medusa, and I believe he did it using like his sword to see where she
reflect
was.
her.
Yeah. She looked at herself. So wait, maybe
And was
mirrors
so-
don't
yeah,
work.
so-
I was about to
disgusted.
say, I was like, I don't think there's anybody like who used it Harry Potter style, is what I'm saying. Where they're like, I can look at Medusa now because of this reflection.
Okay,
Like,
no,
there
never
isn't,
mind.
right?
Reflective bronze shield he used to see her and then cut off her head. That's how Medusa died.
Okay.
That's, of course, according to the Greek mythology. In Dota, it's not the same Medusa. It's actually her cousin.
Oh, we
but
had this
same
question
name.
yesterday. What is the name of like the Dota universe? Is it, like Dota Land or whatever?
Oh, someone messaged me, and I don't know if they're lying or not, but it was supposedly named Endless Carnage.
Endless Carnage is. Oh, wow. Hold that thought. Action breaking out bottom lane. They popped the song here on Ace. They got the Sand King kill and Ascomanni with a clean escape. Endless Carnage? Really?
That sounds terrible. Man.
That sounds like a Mortal Kombat
terrible.
stage or
That's
something.
awful.
Like, not the name for our beautiful world of Dota.
I mean, I know what the river's called.
What's the river called? I don't
That's
know
not
any Dota
suitable
lore.
for broadcast.
Sinister Gaze and the Chain Frost committed, and still going to be a Dead Lich, it looks like.
Oh, time lock damage.
Yeah. This is a real-
Yeah, I guess like when you're facing up against Nagasaki, you just want more damage, more burst.
It's a really nice game so far by NIP, but they've got to keep the pressure on. They've done really well controlling, 70% or so of the map. I like the vision they've got, but they need to try and accelerate the game state. They've still got the Aegis, and by that I mean the Aegis is dissipated, but they can get another one within 2.5 to 5.5 minutes. That could be their window to think about going high ground before this Naga has the heart complete.
Nice recovery.
I was like, where is this?
They still have the Aegis. It's somewhere in the ethereal plane right now.
I thought
but,
I was going to say something like, am I dumb?
and what I mean by that is that they have the momentum that the Aegis gave
Yeah.
them.
In order to
They haven't
secure
lost
their
it.
second Aegis.
But remember we were talking about like how Nip wouldn't make those kind of plays that Ed Finham was talking about.
Yeah.
Look what they're always doing. They always have like 2 lanes pushed in. They let one lane come out because you can't control all 3 against a Naga Siren. You're just going to spread yourself too thin. But you always keep these 2 lanes pushed out, and then occasionally you're going to go back and gank whatever hero is trying to push the one.
And I love the vision as well. They've got vision all throughout the entrances to the enemy jungle. So if you're not smoked, they can play one side and know that you're in the other and then sweep back. So they got the runes. You can see the line drawn by Biver. Somebody, hey, push out that bottom lane. Peter's like, I could do it. I have creeps. Then he's like, oh, no, I'll just ward here instead. I'm going to go back, actually. I will go for there. And then they're going to push mid as a group. It's just the creeps. Peter's going to go mid. Nope, just kidding. He's going to stay bottom. Creeps have missed the creep wave, unfortunately. And now Peter will return to his team.
I do think that like the next time they make a trip to that bottom part of the map, they're close enough anyway. They should just backdoor that tier 1 tower.
Yep.
And then at some point in time, what Peter's got to start doing is sending his creeps to the bottom wave, right where they spawn, just on the low ground, and start pulling them into the mid lane. That's like a really good way of keeping 3 lanes controlled without splitting yourself up. Especially a Chen is like the best hero to do it, right? Sometimes you have like these Shadow Demons, you can like Shadow Poison from a long distance, but Chen is by far the best because you literally just send 1 neutral over there and you pull the creep wave over.
Yeah. That's a good point.
But the creep equilibrium is starting to favor Ascomanni a bit more here. Bottom lane shoving in, top
This-
lane they just got the tower.
This is the Naga factor. Now that Manta's up, now that he has enough levels, these illusions can just straight up clear creep waves. And there's no risk.
They've only got really 2 heroes that are effective at dealing with them. And
Yep.
I mean, really just the Sand King. The Void's okay. The Invoker is falling off pretty hard.
He's got heart, by the way. This is where it's really getting scary for Nip, man. I'm not saying it's straight up a repeat of the previous game where Ad Finham had this huge lead, but we knew that inevitably Singularity would win in the late game. This is troublesome.
This feels less like they're throwing it and more like they're just on a timer and it's slipping away from them.
It's mostly Ace. Like, Ace is just, I think he's kind of overperforming the Naga Siren role. I think, like, his song, Stopping That Smoke Gank, was really big.
Good point.
He's had several plays in the bottom lane where he's hidden himself really well in jungles, and the rotations hasn't caught him.
Yeah.
They've always managed to just catch the creep wave. They've never caught the Naga Siren. That's why there hasn't been an opportunity.
It's a really good payback on the songs, because a lot of times Naga will be using a song to save himself, but the times Ace has done it, he was on enemy side of the map, and there were usually multiple heroes surrounding him. So he's buying a lot of extra time with his actions because he's been able to escape scot-free in a couple of situations that could have been dicey. Now still cutting waves, going to get mid and top. So much pressure from this Naga. However, NIP, they're entering the base. No Aegis, but BKB on Void.
They're going to stall him out, though, dragging him back towards towers. He will time walk it off. They were pretty indecisive. Do they want to go bottom
They
or
have no
mid?
creep wave anymore.
They're going to
Just
try to
bomb
go
states.
mid. Working on the range racks, now turning back for the melee, but here comes Lady Naga, and while that tier 2 top has taken heavy damage, almost half its HP,
Yeah, and
just for a range rack.
he got one more last illusion summon and then TP'd. Really well done by Ace.
Yeah.
And now there's no creep waves any longer. And he's getting towers.
They're getting pulled apart. I mean, that's with a Shadow Shaman kill, and they're not able to get much in the way of objectives.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Ascomanni not giving up a big team fight here.
So the next, like, they weren't going to try and defend their range barracks. It's whatever. I think the next fight that they're actually going to try and take against Nip is going to be around this Roshan.
Dire are scanning.
That would be the way that Nip can really break Ascomanni. And simultaneously, that would be the best way for Ascomanni to finally take control and be the aggressors.
Oh, they want to take that fight. They're hanging out in their jungle. Baby Knight with the BKB. Not an easy kill. They'll send these Naga illusions marching in mid. Top lane, bottom lane, still past the river. So it's just mid they've got to deal with. And NIP all stay grouped up. Neither team wanting to force that fight. They're looking for an opening with a Hesta Jorah and Blink Dagger. Will he get the initiation he's hoping for? Smoke breaks. Back to the high ground. And the TP out from the Invoker. Going to work on these Chen creeps. Ace will reveal himself. Skeeter thinking about initiation, but I don't know that they can kill this Naga. Yeah, they're going to smoke, and they're going to back off. Wrapping all the way around. Dire team for now. Seeing Gunner up top. They are going to start to move out. Can they catch Ace? He's walking up. They're walking up into a ward, though. It's PPD out in front. Ace instantly purging, backing off.
Radiant's middle tower is under
So
attack.
a smoke gank denied.
I like the fact that Ace, he showed himself on the neutral. I think he's kind of positioning himself in a similar way. He almost wants to be the person that they run into at this point, now that he has the heart.
He has to be. Because the Axe and Huskar's too weak to tank the damage.
Yeah.
He wants to be able to time his BKB after already entering the fight versus reactively having to pop it defensively. And the Axe wants to counter-initiate. Oh, misses the tone on Gunner. That would have been a kill. Gunner, what are you doing, baby? What is it? Well, what?
Oh,
Well,
Dust coming through. I don't think he saw him, actually.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything that...
Cold Snap. He's still trying to run, though. He's going to drop the Ice Wall. There's more heroes arriving. He's already committed the meatball on Sinister Gaze, dragging him into the waiting arms of Baby Knight, who is going to kill him off.
Team's coming.
Now NIP's coming, but do you really want to take this fight without your Invoker? They're going to think twice about it.
Well, especially since he just purchased the Aghanim Scepter on Invoker. I think there's no way you take this fight. You're going to just have to play on your like Radiant High Ground triangle area and just try and keep control of the Roshan pit.
What? Okay.
Top tower is under
Wow. I did not realize you could skip your talent
Oh, you didn't
and
know that?
still get the next talent.
Yeah.
Was that changed?
No, that's I think Gunner was the one who recently discovered this.
Yeah, because he skipped level 10's talent.
Yeah.
Had no one just ever tried? I'd never seen
it's
that
possible
before.
that other people have done it, but Gunner was the one who like popularized it about a month ago, and ever since he showed me it, I was Like, I've been doing it on a lot of different heroes now.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of garbage talents, level 10 talents for offlaners.
Yeah, talk about taking a stand against your developer. He's saying, Ice Frog, you need to make a better level 10 talent, or I'm not going to choose it. That's using your influence.
So that was only just discovered.
Yeah.
As far as
I mean, it isn't popularized, I would say.
Gotcha. That's insane.
Yeah. Invoker's definitely the best hero for it, but there are a lot of heroes that have like a shitty level 10 talent that would rather max out all their other abilities, but still get their level 15 talent at 15 rather than 16.
And Invoker, obviously, it's just more points than Quaswex or Exort.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that it would be even more valuable.
Now the Roshan Symphony begins. But Naga is getting close to a butterfly. And NIP are
I think one of the biggest
struggling to
issues,
keep up here.
they just don't have any smokes left, I'm pretty sure. They've got one left on Peter, but the smoke really needs to go well for them. It's so hard to catch a Naga Siren lineup out of surprise.
Walking uphill towards an Obs ward and a Naga waiting, ready to break it.
They just got a
But
blind
it
jump.
broke in the trees. They have the wards. Do they commit? They're going to throw everything at her. BKB coming through, but the attempted counter initiation with the call. Now the Chain Frost bouncing inside this Chronosphere. Can they bring Ace down? He's low. He's dead. That's huge. Now onto Baby Knight. Also able to control the Huskar for now. He shoves them back away. Diving onto the Faceless Void, who instantly going to TP out. They have lost 4. Oh, man, the smoke breaking, but only after he's in the trees. Didn't see that one coming, and now Baby Knight going to get caught with the tornado. It's a full 5-man wipe. NIP, a huge fight for them.
Really well done by Peter, like going into the trees and putting down the vision, because otherwise Void would have to just blind time walk up the high ground and instantly throw down Chronosphere. Instead, they found the initiation for Universe to go in. They get a lot of their magic damage in. I kind of question, I think this Roshan fight, like this big fight was going to be what determines the game.
Yep.
And I think you wanted buyback on everybody.
I think so, too.
But our Naga Siren committed for the butterfly. Kind of understandable why, because it increases your survivability as well.
I don't mind the butterfly. I think they just might have wanted to arrange that fight differently. I think if anyone wants a buyback, like, let the Huskar go in, die, but conserve his BKB, hopefully tank the chrono, then have him buy back and maybe look to fight.
Basically, Ace's role in what we were talking about, him being like kind of the smoke breaker, his role changes as soon as he buys the butterfly.
Yeah.
At that point in time, it becomes like, who has an expendable buyback? You're the one who always positions yourself on the high ground.
And speaking of expendable buybacks, why does Huskar have an axe?
Yeah, I wanted to bring that up.
What-
at some point.
what is that?
Ascomanni, they want to take a fight right here, right now. Blinken, call to start it off, following through, looking to lock down this Invoker. Meanwhile, Skeeter's into the backlines. He's starting to find kills. Can he really man-fight this Naga? He's going to try. The song comes through. He will dilate, chasing forward with the walk. He needs more bashes. Needs probably 2 more. The song not going to be enough, but still 3 heroes dead. While Naga tries to run, the rest of the team gets slaughtered, and she'll be the last one. Universe finishing her off, time walking in, and that is probably the game with no buybacks on any of these heroes. They can likely go for the throne.
So I was theory crafting it in my head earlier when I saw you had
I
it
do that
queued
a lot.
up. Like I guess you're like Void can't get away from you.
I mean,
because
no,
your
but,
cooldown is less than time walk.
but it's
I don't
still
know.
not good. He's buying BKB. Like, the Spectre or Huskar Ags, your ult does 21% more damage, and it has no cooldown now. But that's it. It doesn't make you tanky, and it's not. It's not a real item to me. It's not second item. You have BKB only. Where's your damage output?
It didn't feel like the Huskar was a factor really at any point this game, except maybe the first 4 minutes in the lane.
Yeah, Satanic is a build that both gives you that second life and it gives you damage as well, right? Status resistance as well is really helpful. Like, that would have been my preferred item. But in that last fight, I think there was not just the item build, but I think the coordination was an issue for Ascomanni as well. They needed to help their Naga Siren with the Void, right? They needed to be able to focus that hero down. That way, like, Naga Siren isn't just getting beat on the entire time.
It also the lack of song setup or like after song setup to
Sawn
me is a
into
bit weird.
what? Like they had Sawn in
Yeah,
the call, but we never saw that combo.
Why the Lich, instead of just like a Jakiro?
I think they thought it was the counter to Tusk, which it was in the lane, but it's not. I agree. I think you should be looking at a bigger picture.
Yeah, I just didn't like that the Huskar doesn't seem to have a place because he's not your win condition, and Huskar doesn't exactly buy time for the win condition. I would have much preferred just give me just a DK, just something basic to play around that could actually get more aggressive. That's not a liability in the laning phase. Anything really, just don't like it in tandem with Anaga.
All right. Any closing thoughts here?
I mean, I just don't think that. I don't really think it was that good of a Huskar game, right? Like you're matched up against an Invoker, he's probably going to go to the Quaswex build. So your like early game timing is really cut off. So you have to have BKB before you fight. But especially with this Axe tri-lane and stuff, like he wasn't going to get he wasn't some sort of like solo 1v1 where he was getting free farm and solo experience, and he was going to be a big beast at 15 minutes, right? They were going to just have a very slow timing, and Nip took a good advantage of that. I think that mid collapse was the best showing from Nip, where they really understood, like, they can't fight us. This Huskar's had a bad game. Like, we just collapse on mid, win a team fight, take mid tower.
Yeah, I think overall showed that they can execute well, kind of follow the game plan, not tilt or freak out. That's where NIP looks strong. Let's see if they can do it in Game 2, guys. It is a best-of-3. Ascomanni on the ropes now. They might be dropping down to the lower bracket here. You are watching the Dota Summit 11 qualifiers, and we'll be right back.